Hey, what's going on, guys? ETP coming at you guys with another video today, and what I'm going to be doing is my NBA 2K16 wish list, and I'm going to be specifically talking about player creation and customization and things along those lines. So I'm going to jump right into it. Hopefully I won't get too off topic and ramble on, but if I do miss anything, there will be a link in the description to a Google document, and you guys can check that out and tweet it to 2K, and also make sure to leave your thoughts down in the comment section below as well. So number one thing that I think would improve Create a Player in 2K16 is having Create a Player templates. And the way that I think this should work is when you open up a Create a Player, you should have three options. You can start from scratch, you can model after a current or historic NBA player, or you can model it after a certain player type. And whichever one of these you choose, or if you were to choose the model after the current NBA player or to model after a player type, basically it would set up a template for you and have that type of like a tendency and attribute set already there for you. And this would help a ton because it would make the process of creating players go a lot faster, especially for tendencies, and it would also make the game a lot more realistic because the tendencies that pop up right now that are just randomly generated, they don't really match up with how the rest of the league is going to play in the game. So for example, if I were to want to make like a wing defender, you would pick the position, you would pick wing defender, and you would pick the tier of player you wanted, whether you wanted it to be a prospect or an average player or a superstar. You would pick all that stuff, and then it would set up the template for you, have like the position averages for that type of player, and have those as the tendencies and attributes. I think that would just be amazing, make everything go a lot faster for those people that create a lot of players like myself. So number two, improvements to 2K Share. It's not even called 2K Share on next gen. I don't think it has a name at all, but I think that needs to be improved a lot. I think you should also be able to upload created players for people to download, because you used to be able to do that. They should add that back in. They should also add in a description box, because that would be helpful, and it would also help creators because they could put their little updates in there, and they could also put like their Twitter handle or their YouTube channel. And also they should add a column alongside the updates column. They should have a last updated on this date, because that would help people keep track of when the files are updated and stuff like that. So that'd be really nice. And those are like my two main things, and then we'll go into some of the more smaller things, some of the small things that just need to be fixed and added in, not really a huge feature thing. But we should be able to edit body types. That's huge. There should be more skin colors, because the skin colors in the game, having only 6 skin colors is really it's really not good. There needs to be a lot more. There need to be a lot more in between skin colors. We need to be able to change the lip color for the different skin tones, because right now, like, the difference between skin tone 4's lip color and skin tone 5's lip color is completely different, and it shouldn't be like that. You should be able to customize the lip color and everything depending on, just completely separate from the skin tone. And we should also be able to have edit wingspan, but not as a slider, as an actual like feet and inches, because the slider, nobody really knows what kind of wingspan you're making. You should just be able to add in their height, 6'4" or something, and then add in their wingspan is like 6'7" and stuff like that. That just clear a lot of things up. As far as just customization that you should add to the creative players, we need to have more hairstyles. Everybody says this. I know 2K's heard this a million times, but we need popular hairstyles. Like things like the mini afros like Jahlil Okafor, Tyus Jones, like Isaiah Briscoe, Anthony Gill, all these prospects and college players. All these guys have those type of hairstyles, and then like low flat tops, kind of like Melo Trimble and Miles Turner. And then we also need hairstyles like Montrezl Harrell, like the dreadlocks that are just kind of like a floppy dreadlocks, kind of, not the big braided dreadlocks that are tied up in the back and stuff. We just need more of those popular hairstyles, because the hairstyles we have right now, the best thing that happened to 2K this year was adding in those cropped hairstyles. Number 2 and number 4 of those are actually really realistic looking, and those are popular hairstyles, so those are nice to have in the game. We just need to look at look at the hairstyles and make sure the popular ones are in the game. We need layered facial hair as well, so you can layer different types of facial hair. If you want beard 7 and beard 12, you should be able to do that, and just put in the different layers. We should be able to edit the hairline, and then we also need to be able to add headbands and goggles and masks and tattoos and all that stuff to players. I don't know why they took out headbands and tattoos. That's just ridiculous. That needs to be in the game 100%, and I know for a fact that would not be a hard thing to do. The headbands could have something to do with the hair physics, but to be honest, being able to add headbands easily is way more important than the hair physics, in my opinion, because the hair physics this year looked good, but they didn't look great. If there was a way to have both, that'd be nice, but if you had to sacrifice one, headbands would be the way to go, I think. And then goggles and masks, that needs to be added in. And then I also think we should be able to layer accessories, kind of like you can do where if you put compression pants on a guy, you can also put knee sleeves on him. That's good, but we need to be able to have like actual leg sleeves, so you can put compression shorts and then leg sleeves and then also put knee sleeves. So it'd be nice if we could layer accessories. I don't know how hard that would be. But I think that'd be cool. And then also being able to edit the length of accessories, the length of the leg sleeves. Because a lot of guys, it looks like they have compression pants on, but they really don't. They just have long leg sleeves. And some guys have shorter ones. And I think that'd be really nice if we could edit the length. And as well as like the coloring of them. I think we should be able to edit the color of the accessories more easily. And those are just a few little customization things that I think should be added into the game. There need to be improvements to the head sculpting. For the most part, that's really, really good, but I think there should be a little bit more of the like extreme features, because some guys, like you can literally move the slider all the way to the left if you want a guy to have like a skinny nose, but even if you move it all the way to the left, it's still not as skinny as some people's noses. So that just needs to be kind of expanded a little bit. And really my only big gripe with the sculpting though is how you can't change like the tilt of eyes. You can only set those as a feature. Like you can have eyes tilted one way or tilted the other way, or not tilted at all. And the ones that are tilted, like if somebody has more like puppy dog eyes, it doesn't look realistic at all. Their eyes are way too curved, and I think it would just make it a lot easier if we could just tilt those manually using the sculpting. I think we should be able to edit contracts better for people. This goes for like my league and my GM and stuff as well. Just overall editing contracts, you shouldn't have to scroll through all those millions of dollars. You should just be able to enter the number, and that would make things go a lot faster. We should be able to have different sock colors for home and away. So if you want to wear white socks at home, you can do that, which is how it is generically. But also if you want to wear the black socks, or if you want to wear a different colors of socks, you can do that as well. No random nicknames for creative players. Let us pick the nickname, or put in an audio base, a bigger audio base, so you can have what the guy's name is and then what the announcer actually says, because the random nicknames is super annoying when you create a guy and then randomly the announcer is just calling him like Big Smooth and Big J and A-Train and all this stuff, and like all these random nicknames. It just sounds really dumb. They need to remove that. Also, tweak the inappropriate name feature, because I was trying to make Dwayne Bacon and it said that Bacon was an inappropriate name. Same with like Iliman Diop. I don't know if you guys know who Iliman Diop is, but Diop said it was an offensive name and stuff. Like that needs to be tweaked a little bit, because that's kind of that's a pretty annoying thing when you can't put a guy's real last name in there. Same with like Chris McCullough from Syracuse, or I don't know how to pronounce his last name actually, but that said that was offensive as well. So that needs to be tweaked. Also, we should be able to edit shoe color within Create a Player, not having to go through the whole Create a Shoe feature. Just let us edit the type of, like edit the shoe, kind of not super in depth. You can still have the Create a Shoe, but just let us edit colors a little bit better within the Create a Player. Another idea that I had was being able to filter through different jump shots and free throws. So like you could filter low release jump shots and it would show you all the lower release jump shots, and same with higher and set shots and like all kinds of different stuff. I think that would be a little bit of a convenience, but that's not a huge thing. And also another thing is faster scrolling and easier to see the numbers. Scrolling is decent. That could be sped up a little bit, but it's kind of hard to see the numbers. The numbers are really small, and the way that they're like the white on that dark blue, it seems like it would look good, but at the same time it's kind of like a little bit distorted. It's sort of hard to make out between like 95 and 85 even when you're looking really close up and stuff. I think that should be tweaked a little bit, just to make it easier to see and stuff. And as far as editing badges, I think that the badge editor should be exactly like it is on the player cards. It should have a description, and it should let you pick the badge like that instead of having to scroll through all this text and just click equipped and unequipped and all that stuff. I think that'd make things better. Another option you could add in is editing how emotional, like how the players get emotional, like whether they're emotional when they yell at the refs or whether they just get really pumped when they make a basket, or all kinds of different stuff. Signature celebrations I think would be cool because they have like signature pregame stuff, but having those signature celebrations and how the players, what they get upset about, I think that would be kind of a cool thing to add in. And then just two more things that I'm going to go over. Let me see how long this video has gone. This video has gone for 10.5 minutes, so we'll just finish it up right here. I think there could be more than 150 creative player slots. That's not a huge complaint because that is a lot, but I think I've gotten through about 130 of them right now, and I know some people that have already finished up the 150 and they needed more, so that would be kind of nice if we could add in some more creative player slots. And then the last thing, this is kind of a major feature thing. I don't know if they'd be able to add this in, but add in like a 2D face scan feature, kind of like EA had for Game Face back in the day. I don't even know if they still have that or not, but that would be kind of nice where you can to get a face scan if you can't do the 3D face scan, because I know there were a lot of problems with that this year, but I'm not sure if they'll be able to add that in this year or next year. But if you do add it in, I think it'd be cool if you could add that to created players as well, because you could get pictures of guys and put those in on the website and edit it like that and get a face scan. That'd be pretty awesome as well. So that's going to bring me to the end of this video. I went on for a pretty long time. Was a little bit rambly, but I hope you guys did enjoy it. Leave your comments down below in the comment section, and I will talk to you guys later.